Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to the channel and happy Friday. Hope y'all have had a great week so far. Today I'm going to be breaking down the Nhl Dfs slate for March 24th. And we got ourselves just a 3-game slate here tonight where I'm going to go through a couple of my favorite line stacks, some of my favorite individual plays, and some of my favorite value plays. And then we'll wrap up today's video talking a little prize picks. With that being said, let's dive into my spreadsheet here. And we're going to kick things off here like we always do in the top left-hand corner with those highest implied game totals. Got one game here at 7 goals, one game at 6.5. This last game here at 6 goals even. And then take a look down here at the Vegas odds where you can see the Avalanche, Islanders, and Devils are all favored to win here tonight. And then here's a quick schedule update to wrap up this week. Last video here for this week, nothing on the weekend. Again, working on some other YouTube project stuff, but I will be back here on Monday breaking down that Nhl Dfs slate. With that being said, let's dive into a couple of line stacks that I like here for tonight. Now again, being that it's just a 3-game slate, you can see I put this in the notes off to the right hand side. We need to find ways to make our lineups unique, especially on the tournament side of things. Doing full power play stacks, team stacks, or game stacks is something I target on these smaller slates. But one line stack that I did like was that first line for the New Jersey Devils. We had Hischier centering Meyer and Brad. For starters, a little surprised at how cheap these three were considering the slate and the matchup here against the Buffalo Sabres, who have been awful as of late, allowing 5.20 goals per game in their last 5, with a penalty kill that's hit at just a 63.5% rate. We're going to see Hischier and Meyer play up on the number 1 power play, and then Bratt looks like he's going to be down on the number 2 power play tonight. And then another line stack that I like here tonight is that first line for the Arizona Coyotes. These guys have been fantastic, really all month long. Hayton centering Keller and Schmaltz here. The three have combined for 18 goals, 26 assists, 44 points in their past 10 games. All three of these guys currently playing up on the number 1 power play, so it's a strongly correlated line stack and very affordable considering how well they're playing right now, albeit a tough matchup on the road tonight against the Colorado Avalanche. Now folks, before we dive into some of my favorite individual plays here, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. And don't forget, I am running that Discord channel too. We got a great group of people in there talking hockey and prize picks. If you want to join that, there's a link to do so in the description below. Alright, now diving into some of my favorite individual plays here, we're going to kick it off with the forwards. And you guys know with these smaller slates, I'm usually kind of grouping these forwards together, mixing in some of those defensemen. That's exactly what I'm going to do here as well. First two guys that I got, Nathan MacKinnon and Mikko Rantanen. Likely going to be the two most popular forwards on this slate, and I do understand that. If you want to get away from them, that should make you a little contrarian right off the bat, but at the same time, I don't want to ignore these guys. I could put these two in my lineup here, maybe mix in a Bowen Byram, get exposure to that number 1 power play, and then look to get contrarian elsewhere. The Avs have had the 4th best power play in the NHL this year, scoring at a 25% rate, and that bodes well for them in this home matchup against the Arizona Coyotes, whose penalty kills hit at just a 76.3% rate this year, and the Coyotes are definitely not afraid to take penalties, having averaged the 2nd most minor penalties per game this season, just behind the Florida Panthers. Now we know that Mikko and Mac put up solid numbers most nights. Take a look here at their last 10. You can see McKinnon 17 points, Mikko 13, averaging well over a point per game, and I really like the way that both are shooting the puck right now too. Next, I got Brock Nelson there. Similar strategy. You could stack him up with Kyle Palmieri, who I got listed as a low-priced option. Both those guys on the 2nd line. Mix in a Noah Dobson, who all play on the number 1 power play, in a good matchup here against the Columbus Blue Jackets, a team that we've picked on all year long. I think that first line of Anders Lee and Bo Horvat will be a little more popular tonight, so I kind of like going to this 2nd line. And Brock Nelson's been solid this year. You can see there's 65 points in 72 games. He's been very good against the Columbus Blue Jackets this year as well. You can see he scored 3 goals in 3 games with 1 assist, and I like the way he's been shooting the puck against these Blue Jackets too. Now with these last 2 forwards here in the 4K range, Kirill Marchenko and Victor Olofsson, I'm primarily targeting them on their team's number 1 power play, considering the price, and actually both of these guys are shooters as well, so I don't mind them at all considering the slate. Marchenko's actually playing up on the first line right now for the Blue Jackets with Patrick Laine and Johnny Gaudreau. I don't even mind that as a contrarian line stack tonight. tonight, especially considering all three of those guys do play up on the #1 power play. Victor Olofsson, a little different story here with him in the Buffalo Sabres. He plays down on the third line, so I don't love that. Only averages around 13-14 minutes per game, but does get time on that #1 power play, and he's got a ridiculous shot. Definitely someone who could have 5+ shots in a game and even find the back of the net multiple times. Not suggesting that's a lock here tonight by any means, but it is the upside that he has. We're going to pull open these guys' numbers here. You can see Marchenko's played 47 games, 21 points, 7 of those points coming on the power play, about 33% of his production. Same thing here with Olofsson. You can see he's racked up 36 points this year. 11 of those points have come on the power play. Little less than 33% of the production, but still has found success there. Now, moving over here to the defensemen, and I have no issue spending up for defensemen tonight, especially considering it is just a 3-game slate. However, most of the value is below 5K here tonight. You can see that on my spreadsheet. Got 3 guys listed below $4,500, plus a handful of honorable mentions in the notes. One guy I would absolutely pay up for is Dougie Hamilton, a point production machine, playing on that #1 power play in a good matchup against Buffalo. Otherwise, for the most part, like I said, I kind of like this 3 to 4K range. Byram here going to remain on that #1 power play as long as Cale Makar is out tonight. I haven't seen an update quite yet from the Avalanche, but he has been day-to-day and missed the last 2 games. Juuso Valimaki's been awesome for the Arizona Coyotes. I was actually surprised he was just $3,800, but considering the matchup, that's probably why he's priced down. And then Adam Boqvist here of the Columbus Blue Jackets, I think is a really interesting play. If we look at the last 10 days here, the Blue Jackets have scored at a 33% rate on the power play, whereas the New York Islanders have been horrible on the penalty kill over the past 10 days, hitting at just a 57% rate. So honestly, that Blue Jackets #1 power play might be a sneaky play here tonight. Now, I spent way too much time on the goaltenders and honestly wasn't even comfortable just putting in one guy here. Ilya Sorokin was kind of the safe play on this 3-game slate from what I was seeing, but overall, I think all 6 of these goalies in play here tonight need to be considered. Really comes down to what the rest of your lineup looks like. Just don't defeat yourself. If you do want to stack up the Blue Jackets tonight, then obviously don't play Sorokin. So, yeah, I've gone and looked at this slate multiple different ways, and I don't think we can discredit or discount any one of these goalies tonight. And as always, going to wrap up the spreadsheet here with 3 low-priced options or sub-4K forward plays. First guy I got there, Kyle Palmieri. Name dropped him already talking about the Islanders. Plays on that second line in #1 power play with Brock Nelson. Makes for a nice little mini stack with him. Again, could mix in someone like Noah Dobson who plays on the blue line on that #1 power play. Palmieri's racked up 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points here in his last 10 games. Next is Dennis Malgin of the Colorado Avalanche. Plays up on the first line in #2 power play. Really, this is an opportunity play with him right now, playing with McKinnon and Mikko on that first line. But he also has 5 goals, 2 assists, 7 points here in his past 10. Not bad numbers at all. And then Kent Johnson of the Columbus Blue Jackets plays on that second line, plays on the #2 power play. He's racked up 2 goals, 6 assists, 8 points in his past 10 games, and he's someone that's got 20+ DraftKings point upside. And then to wrap up this video here, want to talk a little prize picks with you guys. Now, being that it is just a 3-game slate here, I want to let you guys know I'm not going to force anything tonight. I'm looking at these props here right now. They already got Nathan McKinnon at 5.5. Yeah, he could definitely go over there, but man, it's just hard forcing those types of things on a slate like this. I'm going to do my normal research like I always do, and then I'll let you guys know if I do have a set of final picks in a comment below on this video here today. I'll be sure to pin that comment as well. Don't forget, I give all my prize picks updates in the Discord channel as well, and if you want to join that, there's a link to do so in the description below. Now, if you have not signed up for prize picks here yet and you want to get in on this action, I got a promo code that you should definitely take advantage of. When you're signing up, use my promo code GRIFF, GRIFF, and Prize Picks will give you all the way up to a $100 match deposit. Now, again, everyone, you don't have to put $100 in if you don't want to. You want to put in 50, they'll match that 50. You want to put in 20, they'll match that 20. Again, they'll match anything up to $100 as long as you use my promo code GRIFF, GRIFF, upon signing up. Alright everyone, that is going to wrap up this video here for today. As always, thank y'all for taking the time out of your day to watch the content here on this channel. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. Let's have ourselves a great day here, folks. Let's win some money on this 3-game slate. In the meantime, I'm out of here.